Hi, I'm James Buckley from Fitness Factory, and we're in the business of transforming people's lives. Today, what we're going to be talking about is mobility. Mobility is super important to get that body prepared for exercise, but also to keep the body mobile. So what we're going to be talking about is one of the pillars of success, one of the 9 pillars of success. Today, we're going to be talking about mobility. So I'm going to have Carell demonstrate for us today. Hi, Carell.
Hi, James.
How are you? So we're going to get Carell to lie down on his back. We're going to go through a short set of exercises to get your body prepared for exercise, mentally and physically. So to start with, Carell's on his back, hands out to the side, big deep breath in through the nose, and out to the side with your knees, breathing out, back to the middle and out to the other side. So just continue doing that for me, Carell. What you can start to see is we start to get a lot of mobility through the vertebra, the lower vertebra in the lumbar, as well as up through your thoracic, and getting all of these muscles around those bones starting to stretch and warm up. It's super important to be breathing so that we oxygenate the blood and start to get that blood flowing around the body nice and easily. We're also getting a lot of mobility around the hips, which is very important for anyone with lower back pain, and it's a really gentle way of starting to warm up the body. The next thing I want you to do is to spread your feet, Carell, as wide as you can. Again, big deep breath in, breathe out, knees down to the side. Just hold there for a second. What we're doing here is stretching the hip flexor complex and the iliotibial band, which tend to get really short because in today's society, we sit for way too long and for extended periods of time that shorten these muscles. So stretching these out is very important for those hips as well as for the knees so that everything's tracking and moving in the right way. Nice big deep breaths, Carell. Mm-hmm. All right, next thing, rolling onto your side. Foot up in front, and what we want to do is reach back as far as you can, breathing out, exhaling on the stretch. So here you can see we're getting a nice big stretch through the chest and shoulder complex. We're getting lots of mobility through the vertebra down through the spine here, and we're also stretching this posterior chain, which is a fancy name for the group of muscles which is lower back, glutes, hamstrings, and calves. So a really nice way of starting to warm up that whole body all the way down through the top of the back, down to the calf, as well as getting mobility through that shoulder and chest. We'll do that on the other side as well, Carell. So again, as you can see, nice and high with that foot so that we're getting a nice big stretch through the leg and that posterior chain, and also stretching out this chest and shoulder complex. Make sure you're reaching back as far as you can and breathing out. The big deep breaths is nice to relax that nervous system, especially if you've had a very busy day. This will start to bring those stress levels down, as well as preparing that body to be able to exercise. Awesome, nice big deep breaths. Next one we're going to do is rolling over onto your tummy. This is the last one of the mobility workouts that we have. So here we have, just come forward, Carell, lying down on your tummy. What we want is we want your hands by your chest, and we're going to push up into what we call the cobra pose here. So pushing up and holding for me. This is stretching the full abdominal wall. It's also stretching out those hip flexors and stretching out the lower back here as well. Now, as we go back into the child pose, sitting our bum down on our feet, we're stretching out this lumbar spine. We're also stretching out the lats through here, and this is a really nice, relaxing stretch for the lower back. Now, as we come forward, chin close to the ground. Good, and this is developing lots of mobility through the shoulders, as well as developing good strength through the shoulders and chest as well, which is preparing you for all of that exercise that we're going to be doing soon. We'll do a couple of really slow ones to stretch it out nicely, and then we're going to do 3 quick ones, please, Carell. Like a big circle, straight from one, back to the next, getting lots of mobility, lots of blood flow, big deep breaths, and that's it, standing up, my man. So that's our mobility WOD that we do here on a daily basis. That is the first component of all of our sessions to get that body and the mind prepared to be able to do the exercise. If you're not doing this at your gym, if your coach or your personal trainer isn't getting you to do this, then I would suggest you run out of there, because this is super important for your mind and your body to be able to prepare to do exercise, as well as eliminate any risk of getting injury. That's all for today. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon.